What's up, bros? Welcome back here again. This has been a beautiful day, and it's about 7 o'clock right now. Had a great Saturday. Brought the energy to work. Like I said before, Saturdays at the car dealership that I work at are the Super Bowls. Your whole week can be dead flat, no action. Come Saturday, up after up, and you got to bring it, you really got to bring it. So it starts with the mindset, I believe, of, it's a new day. Forget the rest of the week. Here I am, here, put the best into today. So I've been thinking a lot lately about what motivates me and what motivates a lot of humans, and there's a couple things. But I believe mastery, to be able to master something, to be able to see your progress in something, gives you a really good feeling. And so as we move forward in technology, we have this digital age that's upon us. We have video games, and I don't think we really talk about this enough on this channel, but video game addiction is a real thing, and it's a cool thing. It's like one of the best, worst addictions in a sense, because it simulates real life if you wanted to. Like, you can play WoW, you can play RuneScape, and you can get lost in that, and you can build and construct a world that begins to make sense and it flourishes. But then when you go out into your real life, it's like stuff is falling behind. And so I think it can be a huge distraction from mastering something. I'm talking about mastering anything, something with your hands, something with your body. If it's mastering the hula hoop, if it's mastering dance. A couple years back, I took up the yo-yo. Some of you guys saw me yo-yoing on Facebook group. There's a link down below if you want to join the MONKMODE tribe. And as I began to yo-yo, it just unlocked like how I looked at the world. There were so many different elements and variations and stuff I would have never had to apply my mind to, and then I learned it, and it's like, wow, like how in the heck did someone come up with this? It's fascinating. And so recently I've been adding more to my life. I've been playing chess. Oh man, chess is just an incredible game with so many variations, with so much complexity. And I just learned the Queen's Gambit. I'm going to use it tonight, see if it works. A little bit of a risky move. But just by playing chess, I mean, it's like, wow, the amount of learning, the amount of, as I've been playing chess, I relate it back to my own life. I start thinking about random chess times, different positions I was in throughout regular life. I don't know what it means, but it means something. And it's like, as I get better, it's like you unlock something that is so valuable when you begin to master something. If that's a sport, if it's an instrument, I just think something like outside of something that you can grasp onto, like a video game's tough because it gives you that sensation of fulfillment, but then you just turn it off and it's like left with nothing. So I think they have their place, but it's such a huge distraction. And as you get older, what I've noticed, sort of like NoFap, when you start doing things you start living a life that you're proud of, NoFap sort of comes easily to you. You're not really so motivated to watch porn anymore. So same thing with when you begin to live a life that is more fulfilling, and maybe this fulfillment is coming by now you're more social than you've ever been before. You've gotten out of your basement and you've been connecting with family and friends. It's like that gives you more fulfillment than any video game could ever give you. But so you got to turn the Xbox off. You got to turn the computer off. It's just, we got to manage our time better. I've caught myself being and feeling that addiction to a video game. When I started streaming a little while ago, immediately the days following getting that new game, popping it in, experiencing that world, I was sucked into that virtual reality. I didn't want to leave. I wanted to complete it until, I wanted to play it like a new song. You know when you listen to a new song and you just listen to it on repeat over and over? Well, what happens? It stops stimulating you the same way. So same with a video game, I just would play it until, you know, there was nothing left. My dopamine is like, fuck, give me some new novelty. And so you can almost look at it in the same as like, I mean, there's so many games, so you're just wearing yourself out. And mastery is just so fulfilling. You know, if it's body, whatever you choose to do, bros, look at it. It's like, as humans, 2 eyes in the front. We don't have eyes on the side of our head, like cattle, like prey animals. And so you take a prey animal, and it has these eyes on the side, so that it has this panoramic view of the world, of the place that it's in. You can see that grass twitch. So it doesn't really have this ability to focus. It just scans. It looks out. But people, primates, eyes in the front. Think about the very first humans, or, you know, that monkey that picked up the hammer, or he picked up the stick, like the first weapon, or the rock, and he threw it, and then he put those two together and he built an axe. It's like, you can only do that because the eyes are here, and you have the ability now to focus and to learn from that focus, to build upon that object in front of you, and you master that. You master the world outside of your head. And so part of what video games do is just put you more and more inside of your head. But when you learn to master other things, it teaches you more. Like, it teaches you something. Oh man, but it's so hard to be a master at anything. But it's rewarding, it's fulfilling, and there's so much that you could be doing if you just, hey, I'm gonna try that. Maybe you wanted to play the guitar. Well, maybe the guitar's not for you. Maybe it's the piano, but, you know, all your friends play the guitar, the cool guys play the guitar, no one plays the fucking piano. Well, try the piano if it interests you. Maybe you could draw more. Maybe you could do something that, man, makes you grow. It's really cool. And like, as little babies, we're always like, we're constantly mastering things. We're mastering the spoon. We master the fork. We master our legs. And so as we get older, we sort of forget that life isn't about, you know, just pleasure now. Life continues to be a process of mastery. But I think the routine gets to us, so we give that up. But if you can just take this message that I'm here, you know, this Saturday night, guys, maybe the next week coming up, maybe there's something that's pulling you. There's a desire in your heart to start doing something, and you haven't been doing it. And it's amazing what the compound effect really does. There's a word called Kaizen, and it's a Japanese business philosophy. Actually, Toyota's philosophy is, you know, 1% better. Always continual self-improvement. If you just do 1%, even less than that, 0.01% better every day, over time, your gains are tremendous. The snowball effect. If it seems too daunting, it's probably because you're going way too hard at something right from the get-go. You're giving way too much energy. You're not planning it out. I'm telling you, the things, once I learned to yo-yo, something clicked in my brain. As silly as it sounds, something clicked in my head that said, you can do anything. You can do anything that is possible for a man to do. Because I had always looked at that absurdity, this little ball on a string that made no sense. And then what I did was take my two hands and I somehow figured it out. I made sense of something that was so abstract, something that was so foreign to my mind. I made sense of that. Your power through mastery comes by giving you a sense of how the world works. There's stories in the different moves of dance. Dance is a story. Chess tells a story about life, about strategy. You see, there's stories hidden in all of these places that hint at life, and I'm trying to explain something that I hardly know, but there's something there that you only unlock when you begin to discover progression with your hands, with your body, with your mind, overcoming obstacles and figuring things out. So I'm gonna leave it there, guys. I hope you have a great Saturday night. I hope you keep pushing the agenda. You keep pushing your boundaries. And I'll see you guys soon. Peace.